The chair is authorized to declare recesses at any time. We welcome everyone to this morning's hearing, and I'll begin by recognizing myself for an opening statement. Mr. Attorney General, we'd like to welcome you to the Commerce, Justice, Science, and Related Agencies Subcommittee today to testify regarding the Department of Justice's fiscal 2024 budget request. Your budget requests a total of roughly $40 billion in discretionary resources for the Department of Justice, an increase of over $2 billion over the fiscal year 2023 enacted level. The department's budget submission outlines positive themes such as upholding the rule of law, keeping our country safe, and administering just courts and correctional systems. However, I'm concerned that these themes simply give lip service to the American people, while the details outlined in your budget fail to adequately address these concerns. The American people continue to be concerned with the skyrocketing opioid epidemic, killing 107,000 Americans last year. Synthetic opioids, such as fentanyl, mainly fentanyl, remain the primary driver of the increase in overdose deaths. A lot of people don't realize that actual deaths from regular opioids is going down, and that the increase in overdose deaths is due solely to fentanyl. In your own budget submission, you note data from the Centers for Disease Control, the National Center for Health Statistics, which indicate an estimated 107,000 Americans needlessly died of drug overdoses during 2021, an increase of nearly 15% from the year before. With that backdrop, we received your budget, which doesn't seem to convey the appropriate sense of urgency. The Drug Enforcement Agency's budget request, for example, requests only 4 additional agents for fiscal year 2024. Additionally, the department's Organized Crime Drug Enforcement Task Force budget, whose mission is to reduce the supply of illegal drugs in the U.S., would actually see a reduction of $25 million and the loss of approximately 70 agents. In spite of the fury of this epidemic that we're in, you're cutting back. Don't understand. We don't have to look far, though, to see where your department's true priorities appear to lie. As the DEA and the Organized Crime Drug Enforcement Task Forces receive little or even less funding, your budget submission requests nearly $45 million across components for zero-emission vehicles to meet President Biden's executive order requiring vehicle fleet electrification. A similar theme can be observed when it comes to your department's efforts to meaningfully combat violent crime across the country. As you note in your budget submission, the United States has experienced a dramatic increase in violent crime incidents, with the number of violent crimes increasing by 29% in 2021. 29% increase in a year. While our federal law enforcement officers have the enormous responsibility of arresting violent criminals, the department also has the responsibility to hold these criminals accountable. Unfortunately, recent actions from the department appear to be sending the wrong message. Our job is to ensure the department's budget is carried out efficiently, effectively, and to the benefit of the American people. I strongly believe that supporting law enforcement and efforts to combat the opioid epidemic should be a top priority for this subcommittee, and it will be. Attorney General Garland, we recognize that you have an incredibly demanding job, and I appreciate you being here today. I hope your testimony will reveal well-reasoned approaches to the many difficult criminal justice issues that affect our local communities. We will endeavor to be respectful of our witnesses' time, and we'll follow up with you should we have any additional questions. So at this time, let me recognize